Hello, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to another video. My name is Javi. I hope you're having a very beautiful day today. May you always be shining your heart out, your smile, your true self coming out every day, and so be it. Yes, oh my God, this is such a beautiful life. So much abundance, so much just high vibes are always here at our disposal. So most people always tell me, well, how do I get there? Why do I always have these troubles? Why do I always have these blockages? And what it is just subtle things in the mind. That's all it is. It's just very subtle gestures that the mind is still finding ways to kind of stop you from just being in your present spontaneous moment. You'll be in your spontaneous moment, being your true self, loving life, and all of a sudden, just very subtly, you'll have a sense of like something, a type of a thought or an emotion, and then it'll trip you up. And a lot of the times it can be in the external environment, or it can just be very subtle that you still haven't really captured that subtleness, because it's very subtle. And I've been paying attention that a lot of people, they're very advanced already. They're advancing so much in their growth. They're advancing so much in their being, in their essence, and recognizing their true self, and they're starting to flow in their happy and joyful bliss, and starting to naturally just be themselves without no fear, without no limitations, without no restrictions. And then all of a sudden they'll just like have a moment where it just stops. And I had a couple sessions earlier this week, and one of the brothers and and then it was a brother and a sister, two different sessions, and they were both like, man, like I'll go like 2 3 days 4 days just like blissing out, everything's happening, everything's moving, I feel like I fully freed myself and there's nothing that can stop me now. And then all of a sudden I'll hit a wall. I feel like I just hit a plateau, and it's like why does that happen? And it's very different for everyone, because everybody's uh specific situations are different. As far as like, I'm in this body, I'm experiencing this circumstances, and you may be in your circumstances that are might be very different, but it's always the same thing. It's always just a a thought or an emotion. And a lot of these are very subtle now, because you've cleared the obvious ones. You've cleared the obvious thought thinking that's something's negative. You've cleared the obvious judgment. You've cleared the obvious self-esteem issue, and you cleared the obvious being lazy. Like, the obvious stuff has been cleared. It's just now capturing those subtle ones. And how you capture those subtle ones, you just really slow down a little bit more. Just really, like, anytime you catch yourself not fully open in this space of freedom, check in with yourself and see what's going on. Who is experiencing your life now? Is it the mind, the ego? Are you seeing life through the mind and the ego, or is it the true self? That's when you need to do it. Before the second you notice that you are not free flowing, check in with yourself in that moment, because that's what happens. Most people don't check in, and they end up letting that carry on for a minute or 2 minutes, or an hour, or for the rest of the day. And since they didn't check in on themselves, the mind found a way to subtly disguise itself as your true self. And therefore now it is the mind paradigm that's being experienced. It is the construct of the mind. And I know it's very challenging sometimes, but I promise you, you are doing beautiful. We are doing so beautiful. There's so much great energy going on right now. Lots of angelic beings are really, really, really just owning in their heart, and a lot of people are waking up so much. It's just unbelievable right now. Right now, it's like everything that's going on that happens, it's not even a negative thing, but just the things that we don't want to happen, they are becoming catalysts. People are taking these opportunities to grow from them. People are taking opportunities to to get to know themselves. So every time there's a challenge, it's just an opportunity. That's one thing that I always tell everyone. It's an opportunity. If you find a challenge in your life, it's there for a reason. It's there to teach you something. It's there to strengthen your true self. How are you going to deal with this challenge now? Are you going to fall? Or are you going to let the mind take over and try to let the mind, compute a solution? Or are you going to fully trust yourself now? Are you going to fully really let your heart take the action? And that's what's happening, and a lot of it is just ourselves. This is all just ourselves. The omnipresent God created us in his image, so we are the image of a God. We are gods in our own being in our own right. And it's not to say that, oh my God, I'm God, I created you, or I created. This is no ego. This isn't no hierarchical, I'm a God, listen to me, I'm the ruler. It's selfless. And when you truly connect to your heart, you just know, like, whoa, this is an empowering, you know observation. This is an empowering, you know realization that you've learned that you are an extension of God. And here's the kicker: we all are. So there you go. Since we all are and we're all the same, it doesn't validate the ego part of trying to make yourself any better because they're gods as well. So, that just cancels that out. So, and it's the mind. It would be the mind trying to come in to your space of awareness, saying, oh no, no, that's egotistical, or oh no, that's, how arrogant is that, and I always say this: the true arrogance is in separating yourself from the oneness. So, that's where the true arrogance is, that where you're taking yourself away from the completeness of all oneness and saying, no, not me. I'm Javi. I'm Michael. I'm Jordan. I'm this person, and I'm not, the all absolute. That's the real arrogant, person. So, trust yourself. And, it's like me and like many others that, I observe, we are leveling up big time, so big time right now. And don't be surprised if, within the next couple years, people start manifesting some what may seem extraordinary or supernatural abilities. And there's already people that do them, but even more so, because everything is energy. Everything is energy. And I'm sure you've seen, lots of movies like Doctor Strange, and, where they tell you these secrets. And they're not secrets. They're just, truths that somehow they got lost. Someone wanted to hold on to them, but, we kind of forgot that information anyways. It's something that we know already in our hearts. Everything being oneness, and the dynamic of all matter and all energy in this three-dimensional space, with our thoughts, or just not even our thoughts, our observation, we create the reality. We create the texture of what it means to us, versus it just being just kind of, all on its own. We give meaning to it. And, this is backed up by scientific proof, quantum physics, and scientists made studies, and it's very popular one that comes up, and you can do your own research on this. But it's the one with the light being pushed through a slither in the wall, and then there's two other slithers, and when the light is going through there, it's very kind of random. But the moment you give attention to it, the moment someone observes it, it starts to act in a way where, like, wherever the observer paid attention, that's where the energy went. So that's kind of mind-boggling in its own, and it's telling us that with our attention, we create that because we're giving it attention, we're giving it energy, so therefore it is our experience because we are somehow creating that for it to be reflected back to us. So you give the power of manifestation there. I know it's subtle for a lot of people, but I know you guys are very bright, and I know you guys get what I'm talking about. So it's kind of mind over matter a lot of the times, but when I say mind, I'm referring to the superconscious, all oneness, higher self mind. I don't speak about the personal, you know ego mind. So just trust yourself fully, just shake off whatever's happening, whatever stagnant energy. Go for a run, eat the right foods, meditate, pray, do all the things that are going to just uplift you, empower you, and just really live your fullest potential. Because like I said, we're leveling up big time. Things are changing, and they're changing for the better of whoever is experiencing that energy upliftment. And for some people that are like playing the victim role, and they're playing the I need the savior, I need the someone to take responsibility for me and do everything for me, they're the ones that are going to preach that the world's ending. They're the ones that are going to preach that the world's all messed up. They're the ones that are going to preach that everything's all corrupt and whoop-de-woo and whoop-de-woo, because they're paying attention to that. They're only willing to, like, give energy to that and not really out of themselves project the love and the peace that they are, therefore projecting that energy, so that energy gets reflected to themselves and everybody else, and we all expand and we all grow, and etc, etc. This is such a great time, man. I'm just so pumped. I love you guys. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Bless you guys. Namaste. All is love. Amitabha. Peace be with you. Om.